Oh, we're outside again.
There's a nice pavilion out here.
Oh, what could it be?
Material.
Here they
hier
come.
Schönes?
Stay
Oh
focused.
shit.
Leave it to me.
Da überlasse ich jetzt mal nichts im Zufall.
Witness the
Ja, ich hab's mir fast gedacht, dass die das aushalten.
My turn.
We'll cut our own path.
Was gibt's? Goldia Key? A key? I wonder what this unlocks. Should we find out if we keep poking around here? Sind schon alle tot?
Sounds like things are nasty down there.
Yeah, but the best thing we can do is take care of things here.
Ist das Vieh jetzt eigentlich wieder da? Ja, sehr gut. Ich brauche wieder ein paar SP, Alter.
Here's our chance.
Da ist ja nur
Here we
einer.
go.
Okay. No problem. Let's go. My turn.
Okay, sie hat's dann gleich getötet, das passt schon mal.
Hands. My turn.
My turn.
Right. My turn.
Nicht gleich töten, Laura, sehr
Okay.
gut.
My turn.
Finde ich gut, was du da
No
machst.
problem.
Du wartest auch
Leave
da.
it to me.
Du wartest auch da.
Let's move.
Nee, du wartest.
Onward. Evil will fall.
Ja, geil,
I
Alter.
got this.
Flash X can now be used. So, jetzt spacken aber die da hinten drin wieder rum, oder? Nee. Kurz mal die Energie wieder auffrischen. Kurz mal speichern. Wenn wir jetzt dann schon ein bisschen was gemacht haben. Ah, da ist auch ein Hündchen. Aber den ignorieren wir mal. Oh oh. Ja, komm, Alter, jetzt sei doch gleich weg hier. Du Drecksack.
My turn. That's the power of the
Den machen wir gar nicht lang rum, ey. Die nerven tierisch. Title Lock. Maybe if we use the key we got earlier. Da oben. Let's hurry inside. Aber wir mussten das machen? Super, ich dachte, wir haben irgendwas freigeschaltet. Great Hall. Ah, shit.
Stay on guard, everyone. That's no ordinary foe.
Ups. Scheiße.
Stay on guard, everyone. That's no ordinary foe.
This one looks like a tough.
Hier sind
Let's
nur ein
move.
Einzelner.
now.
My
Oh.
turn.
Ja, doch Radiant Lion.
Leave it to me. No problem.
Und wir gehen mal ein bisschen auf Abstand.
Thanks.
My turn.
Let's move.
Right.
Ja, das sollten wir mal das benutzen.
Arcus.
Thanks.
Leave it to me.
Let's move.
Right.
So, dann können wir aber die Laura eigentlich gleich mal mit dem Passion hochleveln, ne? Bullet Strafe.
Thanks.
Leave it to me.
Kleiner
Leave
Drecksack.
the.
Here I go.
Oh, oh nein.
Everyone.
Ich dachte, die Löcher
No
kommen vorher
problem.
dran. Scheiße.
Thanks.
Leave it to me. Leave the.
Die haben schon wieder
Right.
fast killt.
Let.
I'm not done. Thanks.
My turn.
Here I go.
My turn.
Okay, jetzt nervst du aber langsam.
My turn. Now's our chance. Let. No problem.
Da müssen wir wieder Heilung rausschmeißen.
Let.
Thanks. Let's move.
Okay.
Leave.
Right.
Let's move.
Okay.
Ja, also.
Okay, we're burning
Deiner
daylight.
1500. Und dafür ist so ein Struggle, Alter. Holy shit.
We have nothing to fear.
Okay.
Wir haben ja auch nicht. Radiant Lion, Alter.
Witness
Solange wir
the
dich haben, ist das die Sache bei denen gelaufen.
Okay.
That's the power of
No.
All right, that takes care of them.
Let's keep going.
Das Einzige, was mich stört, dass ich jetzt da rein muss. Was? Ihr Scheißspinner. Damit rechnet doch keiner. Is that just kids? Kids are not, they're enemies. Eliminate them. Oh God.
Leave it to me. My turn.
Curse you!
Das
Let's
ist nicht
move.
geil.
Sorry.
Will do. Too slow.
Damit ist die
Onward.
Laura dran.
Okay. Right. My turn.
Unbalance 20, 30. Knockout.
Leave
Oh, hat
this
eine
to me.
Crit. Passt schon.
Okay. Now.
Okay.
You're incredible, instructor.
Tell
Alter,
me something I don't know.
200, jetzt haben wir die wieder auf Maximum. Jetzt kriegt sie, wenn sie stirbt, 200%.
Great.
Done.
Wir sind nur Kinder. Scheiße gelaufen, ha? Für nur Kinder. Aber ich will ehrlich sein, ich weiß nicht, ob wir es jetzt... Ich glaube nicht, dass wir es jetzt schon geschafft haben. Wir müssen nochmal zurück. Der Gegner ist nicht wieder da, oder nee? So. Wir wechseln nochmal in Reen ein. Genau dich brauchen wir, mein Freund. Ob entweder... Ja, genau.
Here's our.
Here I go.
Impassion.
My turn. Right.
Impassion. Laura.
Let.
Huh.
Onward. Ha! They're off guard.
Nein, nein, nein. Das, so fangen wir gar nicht an. Wir müssen hier ein
My
bisschen
turn.
haushalten.
Here I go.
I can do this.
Leave this to me.
Ja, du hast schon ziemlich viel. Geh mal weg.
Leave it to me.
Du hast auch einiges. Geh mal dahin.
My turn.
Mit dem Crit killen wir jetzt, ne? Geh mal mit dir weg.
Right.
Onward. Evil will fall.
So, das haben wir. Dann gehen wir einen Glück gegenüber.
Sit.
Here's our.
Let's move.
Okay. No problem.
Leave this to me.
Here I go.
My turn. I can do this.
Machen wir so. Impassion.
Let's go.
Leave this to me.
Here I go.
My turn. Now's our chance. I can do this.
Here I go.
Onward.
Leave it to
Da
me.
und zack. Ja,
Here I go.
I can do this.
fuck.
Let.
Leave this to me.
Okay.
My turn.
Right.
My turn.
Leave it to me. Okay, we're burning.
Okay, bis auf die Alicia sind sie jetzt wieder auf dem Maximum. So, da nochmal kurz. Ich muss immer dran denken, dass ich den Waldimar nicht vergesse, ne? Falsche Richtung. Ach, der Drecksack ist halt wirklich wieder da, ne?
That one's gonna be a pain. Careful.
Ist gut, dass wenn der zurückläuft, dass er mich ignoriert. Haha, Trottel. 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 So, jetzt hat Speichern. Und wer ist da drin? Alle?
Could it be?
Machias! Dad!
Wer ist mit drin? Niemand?
Reen? Is that really you?
It is! It's me! I'm so glad you're safe! Are you hurt, Dad?
I'm fine. We all are, fortunately.
Ich find's aber lustig, wenn jetzt am Ende vom Spiel die Leute vorgestellt werden müssen, die wo wir schon seit dem ersten Teil kennen. Schämt euch, wenn ihr erst den zweiten anfangt.
Though I never thought you would come all the way here to rescue us.
We've received word that our daughter has been under your care, however.
Class 7, was it? Thank you for coming to our rescue.
We are unfit to receive such kind words.
I'm just relieved to see everyone here is all right. That's far enough.
Altina!
You're the girl with the black combat shell. I count 18 days since our last meeting, Reen Schwarzer, which would have been aboard the Pentagrul.
That's right. Did you know we were coming?
Affirmative. I received instructions from Lord Rufus to wait here for you.
He really never misses a beat, does he? Just who are you, anyway? That puppet of yours is just like Milliam's. You aren't sisters or something, are you?
In a sense, yes.
You couldn't be.
You don't look that much alike. She would be the elder sister, while I would be the younger one. Do keep in mind that our purposes differ to some extent, however. I don't get it.
It sounds like there's more to the two of you than meets the eye.
I can't deny being curious about who you really are, but now isn't the time to get to the bottom of that. If you intend to stand in our way, then we intend to remove you by force.
Right. And sorry, but we won't be holding back.
Reen!
Be careful, son.
I see no meaning in negotiating further. And while I remain partially reluctant, I will rely on the Society's contraptions for backup. Those are the archaisms we ran into inside the Reinford building.
Damn. Here comes trouble.
Good luck, everyone!
Please, step back.
Black Rabbit Altina, model name OZ74. Commencing operation. Beginning combat. Support me, Clown Soleus. Forming barrier.
Physik
My
Reflect.
turn.
Shit, da müssen wir jetzt. Ah, ist eigentlich egal, ey. Ich hau ein. Ach nee, warte mal, dann trifft's uns, ne? Ah, und jetzt hat es keinen Schaden verursacht. Willst du mich verarschen?
Leave it to me! Hä? Bionic. Oh, please!
Jetzt ist es weg. Ja, aber jetzt dürfen die alle vorher dran.
No problem.
So, jetzt aber.
Witness.
Right.
I won't give up. I'm not done yet.
Forming barrier.
Ja, das kannst du ruhig machen.
Forming
Aha.
laser.
Was soll denn der Käse? Alter, warum hast du die andere getroffen?
I'm sorry.
Was? Warum hast du die überhaupt alle
I can do
getroffen?
this.
Was ist jetzt los? Serum Powder. Oh, ich hab nur eins. Ah, shit. Was kann ich jetzt denn machen?
Arcus.
Okay. You have my things.
Thanks.
No, you don't.
Alter, was?
I'm sorry.
Was macht der?
Everyone.
Onward.
Aber hey. Dafür habe ich jetzt wieder Radiant Arc, Bitch. Oh nein, warte, das hat...
Leave this
Oh.
to me.
Ah. Jetzt muss ich gerade am Überlegen, was mache ich jetzt? Oh ja. Ach, hauen wir mal drauf. Ja, dachte ich mir schon.
My turn.
Ja, die Viecher hat er gar nicht... Oh, scheiße, ich hab vergessen, die Vieh aufzuladen, ne? Können die kennen?
Onward.
Danach ist sie dran. Alter!
Forming
Wirklich?
right.
Okay, jetzt bist du dran. Aber... Seraph Ring.
Let's go.
You
Thanks.
have my
Appreciate it.
things.
Tja, jetzt schaust du blöd, hä?
Leave this to me.
Und bye bye.
Witness the fruits of my training.
Gegen die Laura
Mission
resistet
failed.
niemand.
But how?
Evil will fall before my blade.
Force Reach Level 5. Oh, jetzt krieg ich 15 pro gekillten und 3 jede Runde. Und wenn ich niedrige CP habe, Alter, dann krieg ich 200. Ja, geil, Alter.
Objective completed.
That black shell of hers is nothing like the one I used at the academy.
Yeah, I seriously doubt it would be possible to make that thing with modern technology.
Elise!
Rean! I'm so happy to see you again.
I'm sorry it took me so long to get to you. If I weren't so weak, you wouldn't have been stuck here worrying all this time.
Ach, fang doch nicht wieder damit an.
That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter to me one bit. All that matters now is that you're here with me. And besides, I know I've caused you no shortage of grief by being here.
Think nothing of it. Holding you in my arms makes carrying all the grief in the world worthwhile.
Oh, those two. I swear.
Someone's got a serious sister complex.
It's a touching sight, I'll admit.
What a truly inspiring bond they share.
It's good to see them together again. I'm glad to see you alive and well, Dad.
That I am. Sorry to have worried you. Ha ha! Look at you! You've certainly grown into a fine young man since I last saw you, haven't you?
Try not to tease me in front of the Imperial family, okay?
Oliver chose well when entrusting the courageous to them.
I see everything went as planned on your end.
Hey guys, looks like things went okay on your end too.
Indeed. I guess that takes care of the Imperial Guardsmen here.
Reen Schwarzer, as well as each of the other members of Class 7. You have my most sincere gratitude for what you have done.
We really can't begin to thank you enough.
Please, don't thank us. We simply did our duty as Erebonian citizens.
Besides, we wouldn't have been able to do anything alone. We only came this far because the whole academy was behind us.
I swell with pride to hear as much. My alma mater seems to be raising truly exceptional students these days. I couldn't be happier.
Did I hear that right? You attended Thor's as well, Your Majesty?
That I did. It's a long-standing tradition that the men of the Imperial family attend the academy. Oliver did in his younger years, and, Adios willing, Cedric will as well.
Come to think of it,
Where is the Crown Prince?
Yeah, I can't see that little cutie anywhere.
Fee, stop being so disrespectful.
Well,
The Crown Prince was taken from here several days ago. We were told he was going to somewhere in Heimdall, but nothing beyond that.
That's all?
That's a little unsettling.
if you're looking for the Crown Prince, he's been escorted to the palace.
Die sind immer noch da oben.
Valflame Palace? But why?
For what possible reason could he have been taken there? To cooperate in a ritual. Specifically, Duke Cayenne wishes to use the Crown Prince in a ritual which will be conducted shortly.
A ritual?
Where does the Duke fit in all this?
Sounds like you've got a lot of juicy information you're going to be sharing with us.
My thoughts exactly. Fee! Milliam!
On it.
Roger!
Stay right where you are.
You're trapped now! I know little more about the ritual than you do. One thing I do know, however, is that you're too late to stop it from taking place.
Just how soon is this ritual?
What's going on?
Oh, this is like back in the classroom.
Where's it coming from?
I think it's from above us.
No. This can't be happening.
Emma?
What's wrong, Emma? This song is the Hexen clan's most strictly forbidden incantation. A song to summon the Vermilion despair from the deepest darkness. Lucifin lead.
What's happening?
An earthquake!
Its source is the palace. So, they intend to recreate what happened 250 years ago, do they?
Your Majesty?
Thou art the Vermilion Emperor, keeper of 1,000 weapons, and ruler of the interval between heaven and hell. As a rightful descendant of the Guardians of the Blaze, I offer unto you this song of exaltation.
Yes! Yes! That wretched Emperor may have halted my ancestors' ambition, but I will grant it in his place.
Sorry about this, Your Highness. Just bear with it a while longer until this is all over.
Whoa! The hell?
The space in front of us is distorting.
How splendid! Huh, this could be fun. Adios' name? What is that? Yeah! Guess that bad feeling I had was right on the mark.
Is that...
What does the Duke think he's doing?
So that's the Infernal Castle. It's just as the Black Records described it. But this time, only the Ashen awoke to do battle with the Azure. On that point, it's very different from before. I can't help but wonder what the outcome will be.
It's simply too early to tell. However, regardless of who wins, the Noble Alliance's victory is all but artfully displayed on a silver platter. We of Ouroboros will be able to advance our plans, and I will be able to grant my own wish. Let us be going, Grianos. We must guide this story to its grand finale. Would you care to accompany us, Your Excellency? If you come, I would be most delighted to prepare you a special seat.
A tempting offer, to be sure, but I'm afraid I'll have to decline. I'll leave the unseen side of this war to you and Duke Cayenne. I'm content to keep watch over the public face of it, whatever ends up coming to pass.
How very cold. Well then, I bid you adieu.
Whose ballad are you singing with that splendid voice of yours, I wonder? I don't suppose it matters. I have my own duty to attend to.
Warum ist denn der Spacko eigentlich damit so einverstanden? Meine Fresse.
Lord Rufus! What are you... And what is that giant castle? What should I have the ship do?
You needn't concern yourself with the castle. Leave that to me. Focus on our aerial defense as I instructed. The Crimson Wings will grace these skies soon enough, and I want you to be ready for them.
Die haben doch alle einen Dachschaden, kann das sein? Ja, passt schon. Wir wollten eigentlich alles ganze Land übernehmen, aber hey, nee, dann mal lieber eine höllische Burg wieder erwecken.
What is that?
Well, if you'll excuse me, my final mission still remains to be completed. Oh.
Sorry, she got away.
Oopsie! We were supposed to keep her there, weren't we?
It doesn't matter. She's the least of our worries now.
Just what is that building?
Is everyone all right?
Toa, Angelica. Ich wollte mir doch jetzt sagen, dass ich jetzt die Sachen wieder vorlesen muss. Take, you were able to deal with the Imperial Guard's main force? Correct, we were also able to secure the rail route leading here as well. I have prepared a high-speed vehicle to take all of you away from the city where it will be safer. Please come with me. But... we should do as she says. Remaining here will inconvenience our people. I suppose you're right. Please take care, Your Majesty. I'd like to return to the City Hall at once. Could you arrange that for me, Captain? The dead? But sir... I'm the governor of Heimdall. These may be unusual circumstances, but I have my duties and that capacity to fulfill. The Noble Alliance is likely in a state of confusion after what happened. What's happened? This is an excellent time to begin negotiations. I still wish you excellence. I'll have a car prepared at once. I leave the capital in your hands, Governor. Certainly, Your Majesty. Everyone, please hurry to the Courageous. We need to gather as much info as we can on exactly what's happening here. Alright. We might even need to help evacuate the citizens of Heimdall if it comes to it. Green? What's wrong? Well... I'm sorry, Toba. Valimar and I won't be coming with you. We were going to the castle. What? But why? You can send Scroll there, can't you? Along with the Azure Knight. Oh, I see. Right, I'm all but certain that castle is meant to be the final stage Valimar and I will have to stand upon. It's feeling like it was prepared by some kind of grand destiny. And so great, even the War of the Lions itself was only a fraction of it. You might actually be right, Reen. Your mind's made up then. Well, in that case, you're not going alone. We're all Sword students just like you and Crow. But Toa, she's right. You might think your fate to go there, but what's going on concerns us just as much as it concerns you. We all feel exactly the same way. We're Crow's classmates too, and yours. We have as much as right to take part in this as you do. I refuse to simply sit and watch by the sideline. And we won't hear any different. Yeah, don't try and go alone now after we've come this far together. You're not the only one with a stake in this. Or a stack in this. I need to see with my own two eyes exactly what my brother intends to achieve, so I refuse to be left behind. Yeah, I'm coming with you too. Besides, with the states, the capital isn't. I can't pretend this has nothing to do with me. You guys are the best, you know. I was going to say that at least Emma and I should accompany you, but why states the obvious at this point? Class 7's bond are far stronger than our need to fulfill our duty. Naturally, I'm no exception. You sure have changed. Well then, I'll leave everything to you, Captain. I'm sure you've already got some of the RMP in the city by now, right? Of course, leave everything to us. Lecter is back now as well, so as soon as the opportunity is to do so present itself, I'll hurry along to support you. I'm sure you will all perform admirably. Make good use of what you've learned at the academy, and your path is sure to open. May Adius be with you all. Please take care of yourselves. We will thank you. Fear not, Your Majesty. We shall return safely together with His Highness Crown Prince Cedric. Thank you. Go forth, bearers of the Horned Lion Crest. Fight not for the future of this nation, but for your own individual futures. And when it is over, return to your loved ones safe and unharmed. Yes, Your Majesty. Lass mich gerade, die Elise kommt mit. Die hat jetzt nicht ausgeschaut, wie wenn sie einfach sagt, okay, passt schon, mach weiter. Wie halt das Spiel immer, ich meine, der erste Teil ist halt wirklich Aufbau gewesen und am Ende eskaliert's. Aber hier ist dann halt auch wieder so, ja, ist das halt Krieg, wir befreien jetzt ein bisschen was. Wir machen jetzt hier noch ein bisschen was und da ist ein wenig was und wir brauchen ein Schwert für den Valimar und oh scheiße, wir beschwören jetzt einfach mal ein riesiges höllisches Schloss aus der Erde und keine Ahnung was. Passt schon. Continue. Was mich noch stört, wir haben zwar jetzt das Schwert, aber kann der diese Fähigkeit einsetzen, was auch der Crow hat, diese Spezial...
We'll be in Heimdall airspace in 3 minutes. Let's head straight for Draco's Plaza after entering.
Orbital engines and flight engines are both running at optimal levels here. We're ready for combat anytime.
I don't doubt the enemy's mothership will try and attack, but you just leave that to us.
Understood. Enlighten me on one detail before I go, if you will. Why exactly is Elise on the Courageous?
I know you don't approve of my being here, Rean. But please, allow me the privilege of at least watching over you. I won't ask to accompany you like your classmates, I promise.
That goes without saying. I know you can use a sword, but not anywhere near the level.
Alright, we get it.
We know you're worried about her, but try and see things from her side.
If I may be frank, we couldn't ask for a better way to keep you in check than having her on board.
For once, we're in agreement.
Damn you guys.
Thank you all for your support.
As if anyone in here could turn down those doe eyes of yours, young lady.
Remember, there are a lot of people here waiting for you to come home safely. So don't you dare do anything too rash.
I concur. You need something to restrain them.
You too, Valimar?
Afraid you're completely outnumbered, Rean.
You're not going to change their minds, so you might as well just give up and accept fate.
Come on, Rean. You should know when to pick your battles at this point in the game.
Fine, fine.
Thank you, Rean. And everyone else, too.
Honestly. Oddly enough, I think that little exchange helped ease the tension around here.
There's a break in the clouds ahead. Coming out into Heimdall airspace!
Whoa!
How can something like that exist?
That thing's gotta be like, what? 800 arch tall?
It's called the Infernal Castle. It once appeared during the War of the Lions as well.
And from there, it must have been sealed away by Dracos the Lionheart and the Lance Maiden.
What are they trying to do with it?
Look, there.
Distance is 2,500. It's coming this way. They've activated their gun turrets. They're not even issuing any warnings.
All engines, full power! Land the ship in Draco's Plaza. Dodge any attacks coming our way.
Aye, aye, Captain.
12 seconds till we reach max speed.
Main cannons and secondary armaments are ready to fire.
All crew members, prepare for impact and the effects of G-forces!
Ich wollte gerade sagen, ja, schön in die Stadt reinbomben, oder was, ihr Trottel?
What? Oh no! Magic Knights!
I figured they'd show up.
Looks like Valimar and I will have to...
Leave them to us!
Die Magic Knights? Seid ihr
The
bescheuert?
plan was that we would take care of everything here. And we will do so.
Please, proceed onward.
Patrick! Celestine!
We'll be counting on you.
Good luck!
Klar, das sind ja nur riesige
Back me up,
Kampfroboter.
Loggins!
Right back at you.
Here we go, Emily. Right.
As a member of the Florald family, I shall not be defeated.
And I will gladly fight at your side, Master Vincent.
Let's go, High Bell.
What kind of second years would we be if we didn't help out our underclassmen?
Let the battle begin!
Oh my. At this rate, we might not have to actually do anything.
Sounds fine by me. Still, don't you think it's about time you stopped holding back?
I haven't the faintest idea what you're talking about. Oh dear. It looks like we may have to fight after all.
What's the world coming to when a guy can't even have a smoke in peace?
Well then, let's not keep them waiting.
Now's our chance. Take care, everyone. May Adios be with you all.
Right!
Courageous, begin rapid ascent. We need to draw the enemy mothership's attention.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Way to go, Reen!
What great power.
Wait! What's that?
Is that some sort of spiritual wall?
Yes, it's a spiritual barrier, and an incredibly powerful one at that.
Ugh, damn her!
Whoa!
Looks like it's not going to work.
If Valimar can't break through it, there's no way Lammy can.
Ugh. Isn't there anything we can do?
I think there is. Thanks to the Zemurian ore, I should be able to amplify my power and channel it through my sword. Can you do that, Valimar?
It is theoretically possible. Bear in mind, the burden will result in me being immobile for some time.
Sorry to ask, but let's do it! Spirit unification!
Cool. It's just like what Crow did with Ordine.
Now, everyone, let's get inside!
Follow Reen's lead!
Understood. They've entered the castle. But the barriers reappeared over the entrance.
Seriously? Looks like we're just gonna have to leave everything to them now.
Good luck, everyone. Adios, please watch over them.
Das Schlimmste ist ja eigentlich nur, dass diese ganzen Spackos da unten sind. Ich meine, von denen da unten, wie viel können wir besiegen? Fies Fuzis wahrscheinlich.
Okay, now this is a final dungeon.
Words seem to have little meaning at this point.
Yeah. All we can do is steel ourselves and get moving.
Crow and the Azure Knight are in here, right?
Yes. And I'm almost certain Vida is too.
Duke Cayenne and the Crown Prince are likely accompanying them as well.
Zeno and Leo are probably waiting in ambush somewhere around here, I guess.
And I wouldn't be surprised if we met one or two Ouroboros enforcers along the way.
How are you holding up, Reen? Not too tired?
I'm fine, thank you.
I foresee several hours of rest being required. By my calculations, I should return to peak condition in time for the battle against the Azure Awakener.
Good to hear. All right, ready to get moving? This place carries its weight in history, with ties to both the Divine Knights and the War of the Lions. But that doesn't matter. Not now, anyway. All that matters is that you're here, and you have everyone back at the Academy behind you. No matter what you face here, never forget that.
Thank you, Instructor.
We won't. Well, with that said, Class 7, our mission is to investigate this strange castle and find a way to return things to normal. Remember, we're also here so we can carve out a future we've chosen for ourselves. And if we want Crow to be a part of that future, it's time we show him just how far we've come by being together. There's no turning back from here. So let's just keep moving forward.
Halt, warte, remove. So. Musst du schon die Reihenfolge einhalten. Zack, zack. Scheiße, wie viel kann ich noch mitnehmen? So? Ja, somit bin ich zufrieden. Aber wisst ihr, was mir gerade einfällt? What? Sind das Weapons and Rare Quartz? Das kann ich hier einfach machen. Holy. Telas R. Okay, revise one ally and heals a small amount of HP. Atleas. Large amount of SP. Telas brauche ich dafür. Telas. Telas R. Kann ich gar nicht machen, ne? Scheiße, wie viel Zeug hat mich, ey? Ring R. Wie kann ich so verstärken, oder was? Passion R. 4 Runden. Statt nur 3. Keine Ahnung, habe ich mit 2 gemacht. Equip haben wir alles. Orbmans, Quarz. Passion R. Was hat der? 20 CP, Ray Spirit. Ach, Energie plus 500 und Stärke plus 3,5. Ja, okay. Ja, geil. Was gibt's denn hier noch? Purchase Weapons and Armor by? Zenbon Sakura. Okay, Levitain hat plus 100 weniger. Alter. Ja, shit. Bin ich doch dabei? Ich hab nicht so viel Kohle, ne? Wie? So. Die M haben wir noch dabei. So, hat gerade so gleich. Lichtarmor. Gibt 80 mehr. Cell! Shit, Alter, was haben wir denn hier alles? $35.000 Exchange. Exchange. 1000 hier. 1000 hier. 1000 hier. 1000 hier. 2 hier. 2 hier. 2 hier. 5. 17. 16. Ach. 13. Ja, passt schon. Exchange. Bye. Schön ausrüsten. Die restlichen 4 ignorieren wir. So, was können wir noch machen? Synthesize Weapons. Customize. Gegner mit Sumerian Ore. Sheet. X-Orb Settings kann ich hier auch machen. Purchase. Buy. Ich kann ja nicht nur irgendwas kaufen, oder? Nee, kann ich nicht. Ja. Jetzt haben wir schon wieder Ding. Ich glaube, den Rest mache ich morgen. Aber eins machen wir noch kurz. Und zwar, wir speichern hier jetzt ab. Wir speichern das. Und machen dann System, laden. Wo war denn jetzt das? Hier, das da war's. Ich habe nämlich was vergessen, was wir nicht mehr gemacht haben. Das hat man nämlich eigentlich vor Choose Destination. Habt ihr bestimmt schon vergessen. Habt ihr 100% schon vergessen. Noble District. Wir haben nämlich die Geschichte von der Scarlet komplett verpennt. Die wollten wir uns ja nochmal anhören.
Back again, are you? You really are a meddlesome little boy.
Sorry for thinking there's anything wrong with looking out for the sick and injured. How are you feeling? I've heard you're still bedridden.
Oh, my condition's nothing to worry about. I'm a real toughie, for better or for worse. Maybe if I was a much frailer woman, then I would have been able to return to Adios instead of being left here. Regardless of your reasons for becoming one, you need to atone for what you did as a terrorist first.
She seems kind of different from before.
She seems a lot more at peace now.
What you've done can never be forgiven. Nothing in your past could excuse what you did as a terrorist. But I still want to know what made you hate the Chancellor so much you'd throw away your own life to take his. Would you be willing to tell us, Scarlet? I never had the chance to hear that part last time we spoke.
I suppose. It's not like hiding it is going to do me any good at this point. It's not that special a story. But if you want to know that badly... I told you about my family, didn't I? Back on the Pantagruel. We had a big farm in Midwestern Erebonia. It was a really peaceful place. We had plenty of land, too. My parents were adored by the workers on it, and I loved living there. Then all of a sudden, we were told there was going to be a railway built through it. It was supposedly part of a national project with the Chancellor's backing. The land was all requisitioned, and before any of us knew it, it was no longer ours to call home. All we had was a pile of Mira. We were meant to take that and go find somewhere else to live, apparently. I wasn't even in Erebonia when it happened. By the time I got back in the country, it was all over. That farm was my father's life. We tried, but we couldn't find another place that could even begin to compare to the one we'd lost. And in the end, all we were left with was a pile of money we neither wanted nor had any use for.
I do hear stories like that from time to time about the Chancellor.
Crow told me a similar story about his own past. He said that his grandfather passed away afterwards.
My father was the same. He fell into the depths of despair and tried to drown his sorrows with alcohol, and then he eventually died in an accident. And after that, we all just drifted apart. I don't know where the rest of my family is, or if they're even alive anymore.
I don't know what to say.
I don't think anyone could blame you for despising him after an experience like that.
I know just how Crow feels. I suppose that's why I feel that if anyone can do it, it's all of you. If anyone can make him turn back, it's you.
Scarlet, don't worry, we will. You have my word. He's our classmate, after all.
Whether he likes it or not, he's one of us. He can't just leave us so easily.
It's my job to go out of my way for my students, so that's just what I'm going to do.
Thank you for telling us your story. I hope you get better soon.
I've gotten myself caught by the world's biggest goody two-shoes, haven't I?
Okay. So, den restlichen... Können wir jetzt eigentlich den anderen Spacko besuchen? So, er leads to go to doesn't it? I'm curious about how he's doing, but I doubt he let us just visit him even if we wanted to. But it is right now, so I think it'll be... Okay, warte mal. Courageous, at just party. Aber ich hab die Minion gar nicht dabei, deswegen. Emma kommt raus. Way to father's private room. Would any of you mind if I pay a visit to somewhere? Not at all, assuming you mean where you'd think to do with all curious as you are. Wie viele solche Szenen haben wir verpasst? Würde mich mal interessieren, was wir da noch machen können.
Your Grace, I think you should refrain from...
Silence! Just you watch. I will return to glory, no matter what it takes. I know. Were I to capture His Majesty, I would have countless options on how to stage my triumphant return.
Ist das ein Trottel?
He doesn't seem to be repenting in the slightest.
Some people seriously don't know when to give up.
Father, I beg you to stop this madness. Why can you not understand that all you are doing is soiling the good name of Albarea?
You dare to speak to me in such a manner? Whose fault do you think it is that I'm in this situation to begin with?
Your own, Father! We nobles stand above the common people, but that is all the more reason we should conduct ourselves with pride. You've become obsessed with the power you have at your disposal, and yet you disregard the responsibilities that come with it. What this family needs now is to regain the trust and dignity that will allow it to stand atop the nobility once more. To be recognized once more as worthy of being loyal subjects of His Majesty. Why can't you understand that, Father?
Eustace.
Lord Eustace?
And who do you think you are lecturing? I don't need you to tell me what I must take back. I will take back all that I've lost regardless.
I apologize for speaking out of turn. I shall serve as your acting representative to the best of my abilities until you are fit to return. I pray that is soon.
That will do for now. You reminded me of your mother for a moment. She was always a reserved woman, but with a strong sense of integrity and a great inner strength.
Pardon, Father?
I will leave the running of the province to you for the time being, Eustace. Keep things as they are until I can return. And be wary of Duke Cayenne. That man is not to be trusted. He uses the Alliance's power for his own benefit and takes control of everything important himself. He has something planned. I know it. Why else should he have involved all those suspicious collaborators in all of this? I'm certain that it was his fault that Rufus betrayed me as well. Regardless, if you manage to oust him from his position, I want to know about it. I belong at the top of the Alliance, not him.
Well, if you will excuse me, I ought to take my leave. Take good care of yourself, Father.
Please excuse us.
Ha, ist trotzdem ein Trottel. Auch wenn er mal ausnahmsweise was Schlaues gesagt hat.
I'm sorry that you had to see me like that.
He hasn't changed. Although, I don't know. I got the impression what you said had some effect on him.
As did I. In my 8 years as part of this family, that is the first time he has shown any interest in me. Perhaps it means he finally sees at least a little potential within me as his son. I can now leave here with no regrets. Now I can face my brother as a proud member of the Alberea family.
I'm glad to hear it, Eustace. All right, let's get going. Not just to face Crow, but to meet Rufus again, too.
Right.
Scheiße, hat es irgendeine Änderung in der Story? Ich hoffe nicht. Sonst habe ich es voll verkackt, Alter. Weil ich die vergessen habe. Oder hat es bloß in den Notes jetzt was gemacht? Chars? Supporters? Angelica? Da haben wir überall das zweite. Hallo? Ja, das letzte fehlt ja uns nicht. Princess Alfie. Elise hat auch nur eins. Also jetzt zwei. Tobal. Revealed. Die scheiße Unam is a famous instrument maker. Das sind die all, das sind die Klassenfuzis. Klasse Members, Instructors etc. Ah, okay. Seriffa. Skull ist da gar nicht mit drin. Lotte. Wer zur Hölle ist die Lotte, Alter? Wahrscheinlich die eine, die wo... Der ihre Haare schon voll komisch aus, wenn das so ist. By the Florid family, always supporting Vincent and Ferris from the shadows. Okay. Die anderen sind da gar nicht mit drin, so wie es ausschaut. Sonst noch irgendwas? Chooses Room. Ja gut, das war's dann eigentlich auch schon, was ich noch anschauen wollte. Ich meine, klar, das ist jetzt natürlich so nicht mit dabei, aber... So kommt man es wenigstens mal anglotzen. Ich bedanke mich an der Stelle auf jeden Fall bei euch jetzt fürs Zuschauen. Das große Finale gibt es dann in der nächsten Aufnahmesession. Wobei es wahrscheinlich noch einiges passiert. Einiges. Ich meine, ich frage mich, wer baut so eine Scheiße? Und warum müssen wir eigentlich nach oben? Ah, okay, wir müssen nicht nach unten, weil das ganze Zeug sich nach oben geschoben hat. Ah. Jetzt aber. Danke fürs Zuschauen. Macht's gut. Bis zum nächsten Mal. Servus.